My name is Aimee Nezhukumatathil. I live in Fredonia, New York, and I teach creative writing at SUNY Fredonia. One of my favorite poems is a poem by Rabindranath Tagore, and there's no title to it, but it's often referred to as the section called Over the Green and Yellow. Over the green and yellow rice fields sweep the shadows of the autumn clouds, followed by the swift chasing sun. The bees forget to sip their honey, drunken with the light they foolishly hum and hover, and the ducks in the sandy riverbank clamor in joy for mere nothing. None shall go back home, brothers, this morning, none shall go to work. We will take the blue sky by storm and plunder the space as we run. Laughters fly floating in the air like foams in the flood. Brothers, we shall squander our morning in futile songs. I adore this poem in so many reasons. One, he was the first poet from India that I'd ever even encountered. Growing up, I frankly didn't even know that they existed. That's how horrible my high school education was. I didn't know you could be an Indian man and write poems, frankly. So this was like this watershed moment where I said, oh my goodness, in the turn of the century, this is 1913, he not only wrote but published in Poetry magazine. Most of the time, anybody I encountered from India thought it was horrifying that I wanted to read poetry or write poetry. I was supposed to be a doctor or I was supposed to be a scientist. So when I found Tagore's work, it just took my breath away with how much he celebrated nature and celebrated the small, tiny elements of delight in nature. It just gave me the hope and possibility that one day too I could maybe write a poem myself. So that was the big watershed moment for me.